Earnest money is a deposit that a buyer puts down to show that they're serious about purchasing a property. It's also known as a good faith deposit because it shows the seller that the buyer is committed to the transaction and is willing to put some money on the line to prove it. Now, typically, when a buyer finds a home they want to purchase, they'll make an offer to the seller. Now, as part of this offer, they'll include an amount for earnest money, which is usually 1% of their offer price. The money is then held in an escrow account by a third party, such as a title company or a lawyer. Now, this ensures that the money is held safely until the transaction is completed. So what happens to the earnest money after it's deposited? Well, if the sale goes through, the earnest money is applied to the down payment or the closing costs, down payment first. And if the sale doesn't go through because of an issue with the seller, such as a title problem or a failure to disclose a material defect, the buyer is entitled to a refund of their earnest money. However, if the buyer backs out of the sale for a reason that's not covered in the contract, such as getting cold feet beyond the option period, the seller is entitled to keep that earnest money as compensation for having to take their property off the market. So, how do I know if the buyer's reason for backing out is valid? Well, that's where the contract comes in. The contract will specify the circumstances under which the buyer can back out of the sale and still get their earnest money back. Now, once again, if the buyer backs out for a reason that's not covered by the contract, the seller may be entitled to keep the earnest money. One last thing to keep in mind is that this earnest money is due to the title company within 3 days of going under contract. So let's say you, the buyer, make an offer to a seller on a Sunday afternoon and they sign it. You're now what's called under contract. Now, this earnest money is due to the title company by the end of business day on Wednesday at 5 p.m. If you go under contract on a Friday, the earnest money is due to the title company by the following Monday, unless Monday is a holiday, in which case it's due the next available business day, so Tuesday. So in case you didn't catch that, weekends do count as part of the initial 3 days, so you want to move quickly to get your earnest money to the title company.